Okay. Today was another weird one. Um, and that seems to be the trend for both July and now August, where it's just like the first single digits of that month. So, 1 through 9. Um, they're like the weirdest and they kind of set the tone for the month. Um, so today was only weird because I was under the premise that the day would start whenever we choose to. Um, So that could be like 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1, maybe. And all it is just jumping into the car, going over to the clinic, and picking up the paperwork that sort of either it gives like the conclusatory things of all the tests and stuff like that. But it didn't start at 10 or 12. It started at like 8 or something. I was kind of half asleep, and then there was a knock at the door, and that kind of woke me the rest of the way up. So there was a little bit of impatience to kind of get the day started, I think. Or anxious. No. What's it called when a kid can't wait for like Christmas morning? I can't think of it right now. um the day was that much of a whirlwind. But then the strangeness started immediately when I'm not going to say in what context because I gave my word, but there were maggots and there were ants taking advantage of the crawling free food. And the source of which was baffling because there wasn't anything dead, there wasn't anything rotting nearby. So the source of said larvae is just it's a mystery. um so that was immediately setting the day off on a weird kind of skew. And then so once all the driving was done and the paperwork collected, there was a weird little thing with like voicemails. I'm still really jealous that my voicemail doesn't work. Like, I think that there could be a lot of really important information that's trying to get to me, but for some reason, and we've tried to set up the voicemail for this phone, but there just isn't an option. It just, I don't know. More research needs to be done on that, I think, but also I think I'm too far gone to bother with voicemail on this phone, on this particular phone. That aside, everything's done. We're back. We're lounging in the chairs, and the day hasn't really ever changed from overcast. Like there was a little point in time where like a little thing of sun like escaped through the overcast layer in the sky, and you immediately could feel the change between like, oh, it's overcast and sunny day, but then it closed up again with the overcast cover, and we were like, okay, cool. But then as the day went on, it almost felt like that overcast layer sank, and it didn't ever really become a fog, but it felt humid. And then that made me think, is atmospheric moisture going to really mess up with my computers? Because I know that if there's like a heavy fog, then yeah, I'm gonna close up my doors and my windows and not try to not let any of that in. But if it's just kind of like a invisible like whisper of moisture in the air, like I don't know if that matters to the environment that's occurring within the computer. Because even though there is like a flow of air, I don't know if moisture like that thin could even get anywhere near the warmth that exists there. Um, I feel just about as stupid now reiterating all that as I did the first time that I had that little train of thought. But yeah, I'm just too stupid in that area to really know how any of that sort of stuff goes. But I guess I could enlighten myself at a later point in time on that sort of situation. So beyond that, that was the weird day. And no, I didn't get around to physically executing any of the experiments that I had for the trackers because now these are actually charged. But I do have a set of things that I want to showcase. So one of them is going to be on a VTube type window executable. Um, it's for VTubing, but it's for the 3D models, not for the 2D models. And then on that, I want to see if I can use the legs and then if I can use the camera for the upper body. And then I'm just going to probably throw in another example of how one computer talks to the other one so I can control the 3D model in Blender. And then I should have written it down, but those are the two strongest examples that I want to showcase in maybe in the next video. Those are the two strongest ones, but I can't remember. What a Wednesday.